Welcome back to G Fun Facts Online, your go-to for fascinating insights. Today, we're diving into a really cool intersection of art, nature, and ecological wisdom. Ever heard of Bioinspired Soul Fox Art? It's this amazing trend where the cunning, adaptable fox becomes a canvas, reflecting deep truths about our planet and our relationship with it. This isn't just about pretty pictures of foxes. It's a conversation, a spiritual journey, and a nudge towards thinking more ecologically, all through the captivating image of this incredible creature. So what's bioinspiration all about? Well, at its heart, bioinspired art looks to nature, its forms, its processes, its systems, for ideas. Think of it like nature being both the muse and the mentor. Scientists and artists alike are looking at, say, the incredible design of a bird's wing or the complex harmony of an entire ecosystem, and asking, what can we learn from this? The Muséum National d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris even describes it as a creative approach based on observing biological systems. It's about tapping into nature's billions of years of R&D to solve our own challenges, and, just as importantly, to feel more connected to the world around us. Artists aren't just copying what they see, they're digging into the why behind nature's designs. And with environmental issues being so front and center, this type of eco-art, often using sustainable materials, is becoming a really big deal. Now, why the fox? The soul fox, as it's being called, is more than just an animal in these artworks. It's a powerful symbol. Foxes are legendary for their intelligence, their ability to adapt to almost anywhere, and their rather mysterious nature. For centuries, different cultures have seen them as clever tricksters, wise teachers, symbols of resilience, or even guides to other worlds. In soul fox art, the fox often represents that wild, intuitive part of ourselves, reminding us that everything is connected. Some artists even use the fox to explore ideas of navigating new environments or feeling like an outsider. There's a certain mystique to a fox, isn't there? Especially since they're often seen at dusk and dawn, those in-between times when the world feels a little more magical. What makes soul fox art truly powerful is how it weaves in fundamental ecological principles. These are the rules by which nature operates, and artists are finding beautiful ways to express them. Let's break a few down. First, interconnectedness. This is a big one in ecology. Everything is linked. Soul fox art can show this by placing the fox within its habitat, hinting at its relationships with other animals, plants, and the landscape. It's a visual reminder that our inner well-being often mirrors the health of our outer environment. Biodiversity and cultural diversity, both vital for survival and art, can explore these complex links. Second, adaptation and resilience. Foxes are the ultimate adapters, thriving everywhere from deep forests to bustling cities. This makes them a perfect symbol for the kind of resilience we all need, especially as our planet changes. Bioinspired design itself is all about learning from nature's ability to constantly evolve and adapt. So, an artwork might highlight a fox's cleverness in finding food or shelter, reflecting nature's own incredible ability to adjust and keep going. Third, cycles and transformation. Nature is all about cycles: birth, growth, death, renewal. The fox, being both a predator and sometimes prey, plays its part in these natural rhythms. Some artists try to capture the very essence of the animal, its spirit, its energy, its movement, often blending it into the background to show this deep connection. Think about how some eco-art uses natural materials that break down and return to the earth. That's a direct nod to these cycles. It's like the butterfly, a classic symbol of transformation, but the fox can carry that theme too. Fourth, resource efficiency and sustainability. Natural systems are incredibly efficient. There's very little waste. While you might not always see this directly in a painting of a fox, the whole spirit of bioinspired and eco-art often includes using sustainable materials, things that are natural, recycled, or biodegradable. It's about learning from nature's closed-loop systems instead of our throwaway culture. And finally, the importance of habitat and biodiversity. A fox can tell you a lot about the health of its ecosystem. If you see foxes, it often means there's a functioning food web and a decent place to live. Art can champion conservation by showing the beauty and fragility of these habitats, or by pointing out threats like habitat loss. Some environmental art even directly tackles the harsh realities of animal extinction. So how are artists bringing these soul fox ideas to life? They're using all sorts of methods. Traditional painting and sculpture are still going strong, of course, but we're also seeing a rise in eco-art practices, where artists use natural pigments, reclaim stuff, or even create biodegradable art that changes with the environment. Then there's biotech art, which is really out there, combining art with actual biological processes, sometimes even living organisms, creating living sculptures. Imagine that. Digital and immersive art are also playing a role, with augmented and virtual reality experiences that can plunge you right into an environmental scenario, making you feel that connection much more deeply. And sometimes, artists go for symbolic abstraction, using forms and patterns to hint at the fox's spirit and its place in the world, rather than a super realistic image. What's really driving this trend is the desire for art to do more than just look good. Artists want to spark emotions and inspire us to take ecological responsibility seriously. In a world facing ecological crises, art can be a space for finding meaning and even spiritual reflection. Ultimately, Bioinspired Soul Fox Art is a beautiful and thought-provoking reminder of how deeply connected we are to the natural world. By focusing on such a charismatic and symbolic creature, artists can raise awareness about critical issues like habitat loss, help us empathize with wildlife, and hopefully inspire us to be better caretakers of our planet. Groups like the Conservation Foundation have even used art to tell the story of specific places, like the Fox River, to get the community more involved in its health. It's about recognizing that there's a spiritual side to conservation, that our identities and the natural world are woven together. So as we navigate the tricky path of the 21st century, where understanding ecology is more important than ever, the soul fox in art is like a wise, captivating guide. It encourages us to look into nature's mirror, appreciate the wisdom it holds, and step up to protect its amazing beauty. This art form, blending old reverence with new ecological understanding, truly shows how nature continues to inspire and transform us. That's all for this episode of G Fun Facts Online. What do you think about soul fox art? Let us know. And as always, keep exploring the wonders around you. Catch you next time.